We're going to go over the Romanian deadlift, or the RDL, one of our favorite exercises for runners. It really works the glutes, the hamstrings, the entire posterior chain really. If you have not started with the hip hinging video, you should check that one out and practice it until you feel comfortable doing a spine neutral hip hinge with a dowel rod. Once that motion is pretty easy for you, then you can practice holding the dowel rod like a barbell. We're going to grab it just a little wider than hip width apart. We're going to keep that spine neutral position. We're going to keep the dowel rod against our legs and go down until it's just below the knees. Thinking about sitting the hips back and then coming back up. Once you get the hang of that, we're going to move on to using a barbell. If you were at a gym, I would usually set the rack to where you can put the barbell just about at the height you're going to be at when you stand up. Since we don't have that, we're going to just deadlift it up from these lifting blocks. One thing to watch out for is making sure you get your hands even on the barbell. There's a smooth part and then there's a rough part called the knurling. You want to make sure that you have your hands equal on both sides. I see a lot of beginners tend to pay no attention to where they grab the bar. Rochelle's going to get equal on both sides. Now, you can either do an overhand grip on both sides or you can alternate one hand. That might help with grip strength. Before we ever lift up, we want to take the slack out of the bar by putting a little bit of tension and setting the shoulders, keeping them nice and tight. Now she's going to deadlift the bar up. Now once we're up, she's going to keep the shoulders back. She's going to keep the bar tight against her legs. Think about setting her hips back and keeping that spine neutral and then pushing her hips forward to come back up. Let's turn sideways and show them that. Shoulders nice and tight, core tight. Going to keep that spine in a neutral position, sit the hips back, and then push the hips forward to come back up. Hit your sets and reps and enjoy the RDL.